Let's get right into it. Number 9. You daydream about disappearing. Not in a let's pack up and go to Bali kind of way. More like, what if I just vanished into the woods and let the squirrels raise me? Or, maybe I'll fake my own death and start over as a professional sandcastle builder in Portugal. This isn't just wanderlust. It's dissociation in a trench coat. It's your brain trying to escape, because it's too overloaded to deal with this version of your reality. When burnout peaks, your imagination starts floating toward extreme, escapist fantasies. Not because you're reckless, because you're desperate for relief. It's a coping mechanism. Your psyche is screaming, "I need out," and your brain's solution is, "Okay, how about becoming a lizard who lives under a rock?" If you find yourself fantasizing about starting a new life in the middle of nowhere, or even faking sick just to sleep for 3 days straight, you're not weird. You're burned out. And your brain is trying to unplug itself before the whole system crashes. Number 8. Random physical glitches. One day, your eye starts twitching. The next, your jaw's tight like you've been chewing concrete. Your shoulders are up in your ears. Your stomach's doing somersaults, and suddenly you've convinced yourself you have 7 different diseases. But plot twist, it's just burnout. Yup, your body is straight up staging a protest. When you're emotionally fried, your body starts waving physical red flags. These aren't in your head. They're the result of chronic stress sending your nervous system into fight or flight mode for weeks or months on end. Cortisol floods your system, inflammation rises, and your body basically says, "Cool, we're dying now." Common burnout symptoms include migraines, digestion issues, unexplained aches, chest tightness, and that fun one, phantom fatigue. You slept 8 hours, but wake up like you were hit by a bus made of regret. Your body's not being dramatic. It's literally breaking down because your mental load is heavier than a dump truck full of "I'll deal with it later." If you're developing random physical quirks that WebMD swears are fatal, take a step back. Burnout might be the actual culprit, not the obscure tropical illness you're Googling at 3 a.m. Number 7. Irrational guilt about literally everything. You cancel one social event and spend the next 3 hours drafting a mental apology essay. You say no to something and spiral into a guilt trip so deep, even your ancestors feel it. You're basically a walking, talking, "I'm sorry" sticker. This hyper-guilt isn't just being considerate. It's a symptom of burnout-induced emotional dysregulation. Your brain gets so fried that every boundary feels like betrayal. You start seeing your own needs as inconveniences to others. Spoiler, they're not. Burnout twists your internal compass until you genuinely believe you're failing everyone, your job, your family, your cat, your houseplants. Even if you're doing the bare minimum to keep yourself afloat, your inner voice says it's not enough. And that voice? Oh, it's loud, dramatic, and incredibly persuasive. If you're constantly apologizing for simply existing, you're not being too sensitive. You're just burning the candle at both ends with a flamethrower. Number 6. The "why do I hate everything" phase. You know something's off when things you used to enjoy now feel like chores. Your favorite show? Boring. Your hobbies? Pointless. Your dog? Still cute, but also kind of annoying. This isn't a midlife crisis. It's called anhedonia, and it's burnout's emo cousin. Anhedonia is when your brain no longer rewards you for doing things you like. No dopamine, no thrill, no point. You keep doing the motions, watching the show, baking the banana bread, walking the dog, but everything feels like it's been emotionally Febrezed. Clean, empty, bland. It's like someone turned your life into airplane mode. Scientifically, your reward circuitry is tapped out. Chronic stress and exhaustion shrink your hippocampus and mess with neurotransmitter flow. So when burnout kicks in, your emotional juice gets squeezed dry. You don't actually hate your life, you're just too burnt to feel the good stuff. And unfortunately, no, 5 shots of espresso won't fix this, though it might make you cry faster, which is something. Number 5. Bedtime Brain Olympics. You're exhausted all day, yawning through meetings, fantasizing about naps, considering hibernation as a valid lifestyle choice. But the moment your head hits the pillow, your brain lights up like it's hosting the freaking Olympics. Suddenly, you remember that cringy thing you said in 2009. You mentally replay that awkward handshake from earlier. You start planning your future, rewriting your past, and wondering if dolphins have regional accents. It's a full-blown TED Talk up there, except the speaker is unhinged and sleep-deprived. Burnout often hijacks your sleep by ramping up cortisol, your body's stress hormone. Normally, cortisol should dip at night so you can sleep. But if you're constantly running on fumes and coffee, your stress cycle gets stuck like a broken record. So instead of drifting into a peaceful slumber, you're stuck doom-scrolling your own thoughts. And even if you do fall asleep, you wake up feeling like you just lost a bar fight in your dreams. No rest, just vibes. If your nights are becoming insomnia-themed escape rooms, burnout may be the not-so-silent partner in crime. Number 4. The productivity paradox. You sit down to do something simple. Send an email, pay a bill, start that report, and suddenly your brain throws up a 404 motivation not found error. You stare at your screen, convinced that this one task is as difficult as assembling IKEA furniture using only your teeth. Ironically, you care about the task. You want to get it done, but your brain and body are playing dead. This is the burnout paradox. You're overwhelmed, but underperforming. Your to-do list grows, and so does your guilt. But instead of getting stuff done, you scroll through 10-year-old memes and contemplate becoming a tree. Neurologically, this is executive dysfunction. It's like your brain's CEO is out golfing, and the interns are panicking. Decision-making, planning, focus, all fried. You end up ping-ponging between distraction, guilt, and doom spiraling. If your productivity is spiraling into, I opened my laptop and cried instead, yeah, the fire alarm's been going off for a while. Number 3. Emotional whiplash for no reason. Ever cry because your smoothie lid wouldn't open? Laugh uncontrollably at an ad for toilet paper? Yell at your dog for breathing too loud? Welcome to burnout, where your emotional regulation is doing parkour in a haunted house. This chaotic emotional roller coaster isn't just you being sensitive. It's your nervous system throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. Burnout messes with your limbic system, the part of your brain responsible for emotion and memory. When it's fried, your moods become less carefully curated and more wild raccoon energy. One minute you're fine, the next you're rage crying because someone said no worries with the wrong tone. It's not just overreactions, it's the inconsistency that's maddening. You can't even predict your own reactions, which makes you feel unstable, weirdly paranoid, and like you should probably carry tissues and boxing gloves at all times. Basically, burnout turns your emotional dashboard into a flashing Christmas tree of chaos. If you feel like you're auditioning for a telenovela every time someone cuts you in line, your nervous system might be waving a giant red flag. Number 2, the great personality Vanish. Remember when you used to be funny? Like, actually funny? You cracked jokes, did silly voices, maybe even wore a weird hat just because it was Tuesday. But now, you've gone full NPC. Blank stares, nodding politely, giving LOL replies in real life with zero actual laughter. You're like a beige couch, technically there but emotionally absent. This personality flatline isn't you being mature or zen, it's your brain going on strike. Burnout has a way of draining your emotional reserves until you're basically running on beige-flavored fumes. Your dopamine, aka motivation juice, is running so low it might as well be an iPhone on 2% with no charger in sight. Socially, you become allergic to people. Even your favorite ones start to feel like another task on your mental to-do list. Group chat? Muted. Friends calling? Ignored. You ghost people not because you're toxic, but because opening your mouth now feels like opening a spreadsheet, draining, tedious, and full of unwanted tabs. If your inner sparkle feels like it's been unplugged since last fall, yeah, burnout might have taken the batteries. Number 1, morning meltdowns over toast. You used to make avocado toast like a Pinterest mom with a caffeine addiction. Now, a single burnt slice sends you into an existential crisis. You stand in the kitchen staring at the toaster, like it just betrayed you on national television. One blackened corner and suddenly you're questioning your entire career path, your life choices, and why socks disappear in the dryer. This isn't just dramatic flair, it's a warning sign. When you're quietly burning out, your brain starts reacting to tiny hiccups like they're DEFCON 1 emergencies. Your threshold for stress? Gone. Your tolerance for minor inconvenience? Evaporated. That toast? It's not breakfast. It's a metaphor for your crumbling emotional stability. Psychologically speaking, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational thought and impulse control, gets hijacked by chronic stress. It's like having a toddler take over mission control. Every decision feels harder, every glitch feels personal, and you start fantasizing about quitting your job to become a goat farmer in the Alps. So yeah, if burnt toast feels like a personal attack from the universe, you might be on fire, and not in the fun girl boss slay kind of way. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.